It's a well hard fought fight for Arsenal. They've held on until the final whistle was blown since Tomiyasu was given a red card in the 65th minute, and Arsenal showed the levels, and their mentality was really tested again. And having been put to the test, Arsenal have gone ahead to pass what we call the litmus test. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? It's Arsenal winning its second game of the season very strongly. And these are performances that are obviously coming through. And obviously, you ask yourself, why is the team obviously having chances to go on? Remember, Arsenal started off very well. I saw the first half performance was really great. Arsenal dominated every Tom, Dick and Harry on the pitch, but they couldn't find out a pass to release their forwards to obviously create out a moment of magic. But in the 57th minute, obviously it was a foul that found Odegaard Nketiah put on the floor, and the referee obviously had to award a penalty. And looks like something is going to have to change at Arsenal. You know, last season, who was the penalty taker of Arsenal? It was Bukayo Saka, and this time round it happens to be that man known as Martin Odegaard, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way, and he made it count in the 53rd minute, and Arsenal were leading by 1-0. But 14 minutes later, Arsenal found themselves in a position of obviously losing out on a player known as Tomiyasu. But it was really something great. Good performance from Arsenal, an assist coming in from Odegaard Nketiah, and I think for Odegaard Nketiah, he's all smiles because he has found himself in a position of putting in performances that are really consistent. You know, these are things that we always asked Arsenal to do, and consistency from Odegaard Nketiah is going to help Arsenal a lot. Why is it going to help Arsenal a lot? Look at this. Let me show you. Odegaard Nketiah went ahead to score his first goal of the season as they played Nottingham Forest, and he now has an assist, meaning that in 2 games, Odegaard Nketiah has 2 goal involvements as Odegaard Nketiah. So it shows you exactly what Odegaard Nketiah is going to have to offer to Arsenal, and he is proving all the haters wrong that he is the main man made for this position. This is how he was brought down. That is Odegaard Nketiah. And after bringing him down, things went all the way to Arsenal. And guess what happened? Martin Odegaard put that ball into the left bottom corner, and everything was in favor of Arsenal. But Arsenal held on. I like the resiliency this time around. You know, this is where the coming in of Declan Rice obviously comes in through, and obviously gives Arsenal benefit of doubt. I've seen Declan Rice. To me, he has gone ahead to play his best game for Arsenal this season. This is his best game for Arsenal, and he was played in the single pivot. We also him play that position very well, and Thomas Partey was being played as a right back, but he obviously inverted into the he always inverted into the central midfield. But Declan Rice was really running that midfield, and he ran it very well. I've always come here and obviously criticized him, but today has shown us that he has hallmarks of really becoming a player that costed Arsenal £105 million. So it is a very good performance. You know, there are certain things that people don't want to know, but these are facts of life. That is it. In every season, you cannot win all your games well. You cannot play well to win all your games of the season, right? But it's always judged on the percentage of those you've gone ahead to win ugrily over those that have gone ahead to win good. Now, if Arsenal really went ahead to have some 30, I think 23 minutes plus 7, 30 minutes playing with a man down, that shows you that they put in the required effort to obviously close down Crystal Palace. I've seen Crystal Palace playing teams in the last minutes added on when teams are really having 11 players. Like for Manchester United last season, it ended 1-1. We got a goal in the first half, then in the dying minutes, Olise curled that ball into the bottom corner, you know. But Arsenal never gave them a chance. I like the substitutions that Mikel Arteta went ahead to make when they added on 8 minutes. He brought on Jorginho and brought on Jakub Kiwior. Now, after bringing on Jorginho and Jakub Kiwior, guess what happened? He went back to a flat four. Ben White was playing as right back. Kiwior was playing as a left back. Gabriel Magalhaes was playing as was playing on the left side of central defense. Saliba on the right side of central defense. Then Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Jorginho were playing in the single pivot. There are 3 players. Now it was the triple pivot, because if it's one central defensive midfielder, it's always a single pivot. When there are 2, it's a double pivot. Now there were three central defensive midfielders on the pitch: Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Jorginho, and they blocked all the creativity from the central midfield. That is the beauty, and that is how tactically Mikel Arteta went ahead and obviously won this beautiful game of football, because he went ahead to compact the midfield. After compacting the midfield, he brought on Zinchenko. Zinchenko was also a 4th midfielder onto that pitch, and Kai Havertz was the only forward left on the field of play after they took off Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. You know, those 7 added minutes could obviously expose Arsenal if at all they left on Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka, because they were tired. They were tired. And that was what we call a master class set of substitutions that Mikel Arteta went ahead to throw in. And it was really nice. It was really nice, and it went down in history that Mikel Arteta defended for 30 minutes away from home and won this game of football. You know, that is a huge positive. You know, every person who has watched his team play at Selhurst Park, it's always not an easy visit there. It's not always an easy visit there. But Arsenal have gone ahead to tick the box they ticked last season at the beginning of it when they won 2-0 at Selhurst Park. And meaning that Arsenal last season, in the first 2 games against Leicester City and Crystal Palace, Arsenal had 6 points maximum, and they are now having 6 points. That is really a very huge positive. Very, very huge positive at all. You know what this one is all about. Last season, Arsenal collected 84 points, and they are like 6 points away from lifting the trophy. And if at all they can obviously maintain all the wins they got last season, especially away from home and their home at Emirates, they'll put themselves in that ilk of obviously competing for the trophy. That's why people say that Arsenal is the best team suited to compete with Man City. And you saw it in the first 67 minutes of the game before Tomiyasu was obviously red carded. They got hold of control of that game. Everything was in the hands of Arsenal. The only thing that was lacking was that moment of magic to unleash the forwards of Arsenal, because those forwards were not really created very many chances. And it goes back to the game of Nottingham Forest, that in the open play, Arsenal is lacking what we call the cutting edge. Is it because the chemistry between Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and the rest of the players they're going to have to play with has not gone ahead to form up very well? Right? Because they need to create lots of chances. But in the game of Nottingham Forest, all they took goals were from set pieces. That is it. Even today, it's a foul that saw Bukayo Saka brought down. Martinelli goes in for a quick start. When he does a quick start of the game, guess what happens? He plays into Eddie Nketiah. Thomas Partey stands in the way of Mark Guehi, and then Eddie Nketiah faces the goalkeeper, tries to take him off, and obviously the goalkeeper brings him down, and hence a penalty was given. So Arsenal's gonna hit to not to score a goal in a free-flowing game. The goal of Bukayo Saka, it was a set piece that came in through, and they did 1-2 passing, and then Bukayo Saka scored. The same applies to the goal of Eddie Nketiah against Nottingham Forest, and today it was a penalty, which is also a set play. So to me, I think Arsenal has not reached those levels that they were at last season. Last season, Arsenal started off on a high, and they are really the best team in the league in the first 10 games of the season. But right now, it's very hard to come out and obviously give Arsenal their flowers according to how they are performing. But the big positive in this is that they are winning when they are not playing very well. At a certain point X in the season, Arsenal will have to click in, and when they click in, obviously they'll go on another huge run. Something that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to know that maybe they need to reserve some bit of energy as the season starts, because even if you win very many games at the start of the season, what matters is the final bend of the season, where Man City came out and obviously won almost all the games, and Arsenal got ahead to know that. Martin Odegaard, this guy is a gift to this club of Arsenal. He captains the club, he goes ahead and obviously controls that midfield, and every player on the field of play just respects him. He rules the play, he governs the game, and dedicates play for Arsenal. The coming in of Zinchenko is another huge positive that goes ahead to obviously give them the best of deserve. But my question is Mikel Arteta going to keep on playing Thomas Partey as a right back? That is a big question. That is the big question, because I think Thomas Partey will be exposed soon as a right back. Because if he faces some of the best left attack midfielders in the league like Mitoma, Marcus Rashford, who else? Who else is really good at that? I've seen in Doku, that has been brought in by Man City, is a very good left attack midfielder and right attack midfielder. I think he can expose Thomas Partey. So with the red card of Tomiyasu, that to me I believe it was really uncalled for, and the referee looked very bad on the day, because after giving Tomiyasu that red card, that second bookable offense, what made it look like the referee lost control of the game was Nketiah was fouled twice, and all those fouls almost looked like those of Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu just got hold of the shirt of Andre Ayew, and he was given a second card, which was a second bookable offense that resulted into a red card. Now, for me, if Henderson, is it Henderson, who really stepped almost in the chest of Eddie Nketiah, was given a yellow card, and Lema was given a yellow card too for fouling Eddie Nketiah, as Eddie Nketiah busted into space, I would have gone ahead and said that second card of Tomiyasu would have gone ahead to be covered by those two yellow cards. But they're not given the yellow cards, and yet that was given out stupidly. But I think even Tomiyasu just lacked what we call the sense of the game. That's what we call the game intelligence. At a point X, you need that game intelligence in you to obviously help you read the game and know that now I'm on a yellow card. There are defenders there. No need for me to take this player down, because if I do, I'm going to put myself in a situation that is really very, very alarming. And that is what he did. And it happened to be a second bookable offense. But the beauty of that game is that he's only going to miss out on one game. And I think it's going to be against Fulham. They're going to be playing at the Emirates. That means he's really going to be having a blast down there for you. Now, Arsenal had some good performances today. They had close to 80% possession before the red card came in through, and after the red card, they surrendered possession to Nottingham Forest. 14 shots by Nottingham, even Arsenal had 14. 2 shots on target by Nottingham Forest. Shows you how Arsenal really defended, because even when Arsenal were a man down, they never gave Nottingham Forest a chance to obviously come close to their goal. Arsenal had 3 shots on target, 46%, but when we talk about 3 shots on target out of the 14 shots, it shows you that Arsenal lacked the composure in the final third, and they need to work upon that. And I trust Mikel Arteta to obviously do that, because I've seen Rice and Kai Havertz improve in the game today, meaning that they're really getting where they deserve to be. Then 46% ball possession by Crystal Palace. Arsenal had 54% ball possession. That was really great of Arsenal, because it shows you that they had almost 80 and they lost close to 20 of that to Nottingham Forest after getting a red card of Tomiyasu. Then 413 passes completed by Crystal Palace, 479 passes completed by Arsenal, 86% passing accuracy by by Crystal Palace, 86% passing accuracy by Arsenal, 14 fouls by Crystal Palace, 10 fouls by Arsenal, 2 yellow cards to Crystal Palace and 1 yellow card to Arsenal. 0 red cards to Crystal Palace, 1 red card to Arsenal. It went to Tomiyasu in the 67th minute. 0 offsides to Crystal Palace, 2 offsides to Arsenal, 1 corner to Crystal Palace. It shows you how really Arsenal defended very well, because in those moments you'll see that Arsenal would have gone ahead to concede close to 6 or 7 corners in the final end of the game, but obviously it was not the case. So 8 corners for Arsenal, and that's how Arsenal have gone ahead to perform. We go to the table standings. Arsenal is into the 6 points family, baby, and all teams have gone ahead to play 2 games. Brighton are still on top of the Premier League table, 6 points with a goal difference of 6. Man City, 4, they have 6 points with a goal difference of 4. Arsenal have 6 points with a goal difference of 2. They are the only 2 teams that have gone ahead to get maximum points in the previous 2 games have gone ahead to be played, and Arsenal is playing against Fulham on Saturday at the Emirates, and I fancy them to obviously win. So it's good to see that Arsenal is going ahead to keep themselves into the eye of Man City. You don't let Man City go far away from you. So guys, your thoughts onto Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1 are welcome in the comment section below. I'm going to return in the next 1 hour with the player ratings live onto this channel. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. And my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Laufikum.